You know, as a counselor, I've dealt with a lot of people, and one particular thing that I hear consistently is my parents did a good job. My parents tried their best. And what I call that is cheap forgiveness. Because what I'm hearing is, I don't want to face the truth. I don't want to look at the reality of how I was raised, and and rightfully so, because it's painful. But the one thing that I've seen consistent with the individuals that make that comment is that they're self-destructive. Self-destruction it's very sad. Young lady goes to college, she's beautiful, she's got everything in the world going for herself, and here she picks this guy that just totally brings her down, tears her up, destroys her life. Young man does the same thing, gets a great job, then he goes out and does something reckless and destroys his future. Not really knowing why, and actually going through their entire life without recognizing or seeing the truth of what really happened. And that's why I'm talking about what I'm talking about today. I want to give you an example of a little boy named Johnny. Johnny's 4 years old, and he wants to go play somewhere with us outside, and his mother won't let him. And so they get in a big old fight, and Johnny's determined he's going to go outside and play, but Mom says, no, you're not. So he stomps out of the room. He's very angry, and he goes up there and gets in the corner. He's pouting, and Mom tries to say something, but he won't have anything to do with it. So she walks out, gives him time. 30, 45 minutes later, she says, you know what, it's time to make it up. So she knows his favorite food is vanilla ice cream. And so, with a little bit of chocolate on top of it. So she makes that for him. She goes upstairs and she says, Johnny, I made something special for you. And she goes to hand it to him, and he turns around and knocks it out of her hand. And he goes, no, I'm still mad. And right there at that moment, Johnny took his favorite thing, the thing that he loved, and he decided to choose hatred over the thing that he loved. And without him realizing it, that's set in his subconscious for the rest of his life. That's the beginning road to self-destruction. And what I'm talking about today is forgiveness. In the path or the road to healing, all of us will always come down to the point of having to forgive our parents. Because they did do things to us that hurt. They did do things to us that we don't want to look at. Some of us more than others. It's hard to believe that those incidences at that young of an age can still affect us today. But they do. And that's why I take therapy so serious, is because I know that if we can get to the root of the problem, which is unforgiveness, that transforms that person's life. So who I'm talking to today are those of you that have done some things and you just cannot figure out, what in the world was I doing? What was I thinking? I knew better. Well, you do know better. And you're too smart for that. But the problem is, once again, the subconscious. Things that we don't even know that are there. And so I want to encourage you to reach out, because we all need each other. We need help. And there's nothing wrong with reaching out. If you can't solve what I'm talking about, this relates, find somebody. Find somebody that can go over the things I just talked about. And they'll lead you to a place of forgiveness. So I hope that helps, and I hope we've grown together today.